Post and Beam is my first phone call because I feel like I can trust them. They're reliable, they're gonna follow through, they're gonna send someone into my home who is good at the work they do, and I don't have to worry. It's an ease that I have, that knowing that they're gonna do the job, they're gonna do it right, and they're gonna get it done in a timely manner. So we first found Post and Beam actually when we were looking to do the garage. We'd hired an architect originally who designed a really gorgeous structure for us, and when we started having people bid the project, it was coming in so much more expensive than we had anticipated. And Post and Beam was one of the companies we'd used to bid the project. They were the only company that when they came back to us said, the reason this is so expensive, and they explained how the architect designed it and why it increased the cost of the project so much, and they offered to actually help redesign something that would be more within the scope of our budget for the project, and they worked with me. I really wanted it to seamlessly meld with the existing house, be connected by a breezeway, be accessible to us, have enough storage space, things like that, and they were really easy to work with, and they really understood that I wanted it to go with the existing home structure, which is like a traditional Cape Cod, so I didn't want anything that didn't go with what was already there. So after we had the garage done, we were away and we had a flood in our home that had destroyed a significant portion of the home, forced us to move out for several months. And one of our first phone calls upon returning home and finding the flood was actually to Bill at Post and Beam, and he managed to come over quicker than our insurance company even made it over, and sort of helped us navigate what we were gonna need to do, how much damage there was, make sure the people that were brought in to really like tear out the walls so that mold wouldn't grow in the home. He checked and made sure that they were doing a thorough job, that nothing was left behind. And then he helped us we had to, very quickly without planning, we had a whole home remodel basically on our hands. That, the longer it took to get the job done, the longer we were going to be displaced from our home. Most of the main floor was damaged. The walls were gone. And the flooring was buckled up. We had to redo even like most of the steps to the upstairs, pretty much the whole floor. So, we joked at one point, and he said, I know you like an open concept floor plan. Do you want to put any walls back up? And so it was like a conversation at one point, like if we didn't put walls up, where do we lay a sofa? And we talked through all of that, and we decided that actually the layout, we wanted to keep mostly the same basic footprint of the home. But we did build in, while walls were down, some additional storage opportunities, buried in walls and things like that, hidden spaces that, were just sort of dead space in the home, but he could find me drawer space for a wrapping paper center, things like that we added along the way. It was an overwhelming project for me at the time because it wasn't a project I was planning on doing. It's like you come home from vacation and your house is basically destroyed, and surprise, you have to redo the whole thing. Bill was really great about I knew kind of what I wanted, and he was really great about saying, okay, and putting me in touch with people that could, help us design the layout of the kitchen. And then he actually customized a lot of the woodwork on the cabinets. If there's an idea I have or something I'm concerned about, and it may have had nothing to do with any work he's ever done on our home, he always finds the time to come by and advise us. So I think I feel like they're almost like part of our lives at this point, because anytime something comes up at the house, he's kind of our first phone call. So when you have a project you bring to Post and Beam, it's been my experience that they'll allocate like a budget. So you really have a lot of say in what materials you choose in the end to put in your home. And they will make recommendations on the durability of products, how long lasting they are. They really helped us decide what would be best for our family. We actually had them build out custom storage that really Bill and I kind of designed together for my wine storage, which typically that would be something you would buy maybe from like a furniture manufacturer, someone who specializes in wine storage. but they do such great work, and they're able to take exactly what I want and build it for me. You know, they're all family people. Everyone who's worked in my home seems so dedicated to their family. And I think that that goes a long way with me, seeing that I'm raising a young family myself, that, you know, they can relate to my needs and they understand them. I would strongly suggest calling Post and Beam because they are trustworthy. They do great work. There's no need for a two-step process. They will design it and they will build it, and they will build it right. It'll be on time and it'll be a budget.